Good morning. Welcome to the Long Dark. I know this is a new thing we're doing, so we're just going to try it out and see what's happening. For those who want to know what this game is, we are going to be playing the survival mode on the hardest difficulty known as Interloper, which I have never done before, but we're going to give it a shot today. We're going to try to not die. We're going to try to keep a log. Hello, Binkabard. I'm going to try to keep a log of how my attempts go. There is an achievement for surviving 1 day on Interloper. There's an achievement for surviving 500 days. So that's going to be the ultimate goal. We are going to be lost in the Canadian wilderness, and we're just going to attempt to not die. And we'll talk more about it as we go, I'm sure. Good morning, Interesty. It is nice to have you here. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that everything is working so far. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if the video looks okay. And I'll be happy to answer questions as we go as well. There, I've got the chat nice and visible for me. I'll be happy to answer questions. There we go. So the story for survival mode is pretty simple. We were in a plane that kind of exploded for reasons that are mysterious and have landed in a snowy Canadian wilderness in the middle of winter on Great Bear Island. By selecting Interloper difficulty, we will be spawning in a random location, and we won't know where we are, and we will be outside, and weather can be anything, and we may get attacked by wolves right away. That just is a thing that can happen. For anyone who is interested in this game and wants to try things out, I do recommend trying out the survival mode on either Pilgrim or Voyager difficulty. Pilgrim difficulty is considered the easy mode if you just want to explore a really nice open wilderness and see some of the environmental storytelling that happens. It's a nice time. Voyager, there are animals that can attack you, so there's a little bit of give and take, and it's a great way to learn more about the game. I have survived about 70 days on Voyager mode before deciding I just want to move up and try some of the harder stuff. On Interloper, the weather is colder, the animals are more violent, and there are a lot fewer resources. So we're just going to do our best and see how far along we get. Okay. You can play as male or female. They are mechanically the same. These are the same voice actors that voice Shepard in Mass Effect. And just like in Mass Effect, our female survivor is better voice acted. So we're going to go with that. So these are feats. These are things you can accomplish in the game that it keeps track of how much you're doing, all kinds of things, like how many coffees you've drank and how much sprinting you've done, how much time you've spent outside. As you play the game, you'll unlock more of them, and they can make the game a little easier. Thus far, I've only unlocked one, which is that I've sprinted a whole bunch. So sprinting is going to burn fewer calories for me. That's going to be the only advantage I take into this. Maybe we survive a couple days and unlock some more, and then we die, we'll start again, and we'll have other bonuses, but for now, this is what I've got. Oh, I'm sorry that the stream keeps needing to be refreshed. Hopefully we'll get that sorted out. Alright. The canon name for the female survivor is Dr. Astrid Greenwood, so we're going to go with Astrid. And if Astrid doesn't make it, then we'll pick a B name and continue there. Alright. There we go. Okay. Looks like I'm up on a cliff. Found some mushrooms right away, so we're going to grab those. We can use those to make tea later. It's medicinal and will provide calories as well, so we're just going to grab a handful of these while I have the chance. So, I don't have any stones yet. So down below my head, there's a wolf. You can already see our survival meters. It is very cold. I am slowly going to freeze to death if I don't find some kind of shelter, better clothing. Oh, I could climb down right away. Do I know where I am? I have a guess. So the 4 meters down there are temperature, exhaustion, thirst, and hunger. When those hit 0, I will start losing health. If my health hits 0, we start over.
I can't feel my hands.
I think I know where we are. I think if we go this way, we'll find the farm. Oh, I am wrong. That's another cliff. Okay. So now I'm going to start taking damage because I am too cold. And cold is the fastest way to die. Lose about 20 hit points out of 100 in the course of an hour. So right now, if I don't get any warmth, I've got 5 in-game hours till I'm dead. Oh, there's shelter. Okay, well, we're gonna make a run for that. Let's see if we can figure out... Ooh. Oh boy. He sees me, and I don't have anything to scare him off with. Please play nice. Ow. Okay, so I ran a little fast down that hill and ended up falling, and I have sprained my ankles. So I can no longer sprint. But the wolf seems to have given up chase, so we'll see about dealing with that in a moment. We can get inside, start to warm up. More rabbits, deer, fishing hut. There's some options here.
It's a bit, but I'll make it. Ow! That smarts a bit. some first aid soon.
Okay, so it's not really an inside, but it's something. We've got firewood and matches. Okay, so
Hope
this
nobody
is a
needs this anymore.
handbook that would, uh, normally I could read it to get better at shooting guns, but it, there are no guns on Interloper difficulty, so instead, that is kindling. So we're going, I don't have any tinder to start a fire. And I was gonna say, I don't think I can make any. Here we go. So we're gonna take the newspaper. We are going to turn that into kindling. So you see I have a chance of starting a fire based on what I'm using, so this can just not work, and we'll waste a match. So hopefully we're a little lucky here, and we'll
Come on,
stop
little fire.
dying. Step 1. Alright, we have a fire. Let that heat up for a bit. And even though I'm standing right next to the fire, I am currently still not getting warm, so we're going to need to build up the heat before I stop having hypothermia. There we go. Temperature's ever so slowly starting to climb. Well, we're going to go ahead and add the other fir firewood. Get as much heat going for as long as possible when we can start actually warming up. And then we'll take a look at what else we have. Alright, so we are not well dressed for this weather. We don't have gloves or a hat. So if we stay cold out there for too long, we may get frostbite in both of those, in which case we will die. We do have a can on us, so we're going to melt some snow and boil that to make some water while we work on everything else. Found a granola bar.
I think I can use this.
More matches, that's good. Some more tinder. It's heavy, but we'll take it. Can of dog food. So this is a workbench, so if we find enough materials, we can actually use that to build some more tools for ourselves. Which would be great. And we have beds to sleep in, but this is exposed to the elements, so it would be very difficult to keep warm here. We're gonna break this down to some extra wood with our bare hands while we warm up here. In just a few minutes, that water will be ready. What kind of tools can we make with the workbench? You know, that's a good question, because some of them are not available to me anymore. We can eventually make arrowheads. We can make fishing hooks and tackle anywhere. We can turn some sinew into more line if necessary. Oh, and rabbit snares. That would be a big one. If we can get the supplies, we can make snares to catch some rabbits. So you'll notice now I am not freezing, but I am still low on health. The health won't replenish unless I actually sleep. Make more water. So we'll have some on us. So we'll need to sleep. There we go. No longer at risk of frostbite at the moment. That's good. But if I go to sleep, I may die of thirst or... Oh, hello, sewing
This'll
kit.
come in handy.
We can use the sewing kit to repair our clothing if things get torn. Or if we find some clothing that's a little beat up, we can use that to make it better. But we'll need to find some cloth, because we're going to want to wrap up our heads and hands as soon as possible. Okay. Just taking an inventory of what we have here. Got some firewood, which is good. We'll take that with us for sure. Some charcoal we can use to map things out as we travel. Dog food is not great, but we can eat it. We'll provide some food and some moisture. And we found a stale granola bar. So this number by the asterisk, that is the condition of all of the things. And when food is in a low condition, when it's got that yellow, there's a chance that eating it will give us food poisoning. So we're going to have to be careful about that. If we can cook food, we can get it a little better, but unfortunately you cannot cook a granola bar. We got some basic clothing, some mushrooms, sewing kit, handful of sticks. 23 matches feels pretty good. Let's see what time it is up there in the corner. I suppose while we're here I'll point out that shield symbol up at the top means we are protected from the wind, which is something we're going to want to keep in mind as we travel around as well. Okay. So we're going to keep in mind where this is if we get a chance to use that workbench later, but I want to go to a place that has more supplies, because right now I can sleep in these beds, but I might freeze to death while I do it, and there's not actually, like, enough food to keep going here. So we're going to go somewhere to see if we can find some more materials, and maybe some more clothing, to give ourselves a better shot as we go. We're going to pass time till the water is ready. Get some extra water going, too. There's a wolf out there. If I could get to the fishing hut, there might be some more supplies in there. But we're going to want to try to get somewhere without getting attacked by a wolf. So while we're in here, throughout the world you can find these little notes. We'll have messages on them. You can take a read. Here, the Climber's Journal. Arrived at the base of Timberwolf Mountain. Looked like there were some nice cracks, just like Clive said. Going to set up a top rope and do some bouldering until the others show up, hopefully soon. Next day, wondering if my friends got lost as they still haven't arrived. Woke up in the night to a deafening noise and fire on the mountain. Went to check it out, but the weather got nasty and I couldn't find my way. The next day, clear day, I went out again, found some metal cargo crates. They look like they might have come from a plane. There's still smoke coming from the summit. I'm headed out to see if I can make it to the peak and learn more about what's going on. That's fun. He saw our plane explode. Oh snap, we got more supplies. I did not do a good job searching this place. I'll have to get better about that. We got ourselves a ski jacket. Let's go ahead and put that on. First aid kit is empty. Well, we're good. We'll take a look around. Okay. Agreed, interesting. This is not how I would spend my time at all. Okay. I've got a bit of water. I'm going to take this can with me, and then I'm actually going to take torches from the fireplace and extinguish them, so I can take them with me. Ooh, wrong one. That button puts it away. If I do this right, I'll be able to take some fire with me as I travel, and we can use this to scare off the wolves if we need to. I'm just going to grab a bunch of torches. Okay. If we're at Crystal Lake, I believe that means there's going to be more cabins and stuff around the lake. So we'll go head out looking for those, see if we can find more clothes and other supplies. Sorry, Astrid. She's going to complain about the pain for a little while so we can get a chance to rest or to bandage ourselves up.
It's a bit, but I'll make it.
Is this part of the plane wreckage? I think it is. Yep.
Ow!
We got our plane crash around here.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
Which, that is extra good, because if we can find some of those storage crates, we can get supplies out of them. So we're going to try that.
That smarts a bit.
I don't remember the keybind to just drop the torch. One moment. Well, that wasn't it, but that's okay. Grab a fresh torch, light it on the last one, more fire. We also found a ski jacket. Interesting. As we looked around that little cabin. Which is not nothing. That'll keep us slightly warmer for slightly longer. Alright, so we're right back to freezing to death. So that'll take me back to the cabin I was at.
Ow! I'm gonna need some first aid soon. Ow!
See what we have over this hill. A Narsti. Thank you.
It's a bit, but I'll make it.
Well, we got over the pain, so that's good. Don't want to fall down the cliff.
That smarts a bit.
Well, getting down to the river would be good. We might eventually. We might climb that mountain. We'll see how things go. I'm gonna grab some of these rocks. There we go.
Ow!
Alright, I'm now back at frostbite risk. Which, if we stay just exposed too long, we'll get frostbite, which will be a permanent reduction on our maximum health, which is bad. But I don't know that I have a whole lot of option here, because I just don't have very many supplies. So we may just have to deal with that. So the stones are useful if we need to. We can throw them at wolves to try to scare them off. But more importantly, we can use the rocks to catch rabbits. If we throw a rock well enough, we can hit a rabbit, stun it, then we can pick the rabbit up.
Ow!
That is a bear. So we're gonna go the other way.
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
This is your jump scare warning.
That smarts a bit.
Okay, we didn't get mauled by the bear, so that's good. Ooh, here we go, cattails. Cattails provide food, and the fluff can be used as tinder for starting fires. So these are going to be huge. Yes, bear maulings 0 so far. Hey Raven, how are you doing? So I feel like I've gone in a big loop and ended up basically back where I was. I still see that ice fishing cabin, looking for some other structure. Hey Hecubus. Caffeine is good. There's a climbing spot. More mushrooms. I think we're just going to end up with frostbite. No, do not extinguish the torch, thank you very much. Because I am not finding another structure. And the wind is picking up. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my torch here. Come on. Okay. There's a wolf.
Ow! Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
Or where I started, isn't it?
Ow!
Yes, Bingobard, the stalks. It's not much, but if you are ever lost in the wilderness and in a survival situation, cat stalks, the center of their stems are perfectly edible. My understanding is well, I had some once at summer camp, and it's kind of like a firmer celery. So these birds indicate that there is something dead up here. We're going to go take a look.
Ah! That smarts a bit.
Unfortunate. Nothing on the body. Some spare wood and cardboard. Nothing else actually useful. Okay.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
So not great. We've gone in a big circle and found not much extra. It is getting later in the afternoon, so it's not as cold as it was before at this point. I guess the one route we did try to take was guarded by a bear. That sort of halted things. I think we're going to go back down onto the ice. Hey, there's the bear. So Astrid is complaining about pain a bunch because we were running from a wolf earlier and we sprained our ankle, which is also why I'm not sprinting right now, because I can't, because my ankle's hurt. Which is also why we're giving the animals as much room as possible. Hi, Seahawk! That depends on how effective my travel is. If I'm lucky, quite a few. Because they can have clothing I can use, or granola bars, or all kinds of stuff. Alright, so I see that wolf over there. We're going to try to just not get his attention. Alright, we're going to go for this ice fishing cabin. So I can fix my ankle either by wrapping it in bandages, good sturdy, or by getting some actual sleep. We'll see how that goes.
It's a bit, but I'll make it.
So we're back at Crystal Lake. We're gonna ignite another torch. Last one. The torch does not keep me warm. Is that a deer? That's a deer, okay. The torch does not keep me warm, but it allows me to carry fire with me, which means I can start a fire without needing more matches. We found a hammer. Oh boy. Alright. We're going to use our torch to light a fire in here, so we maybe don't get frostbite.
Come on, little fire. Perfect.
Alright. Fire started.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
That is an ice fishing instruction book. Gloves. Okay, it's not much, but that will cover my hands so they are no longer at risk of frostbite as soon as I get warm. Let's see what else we have in here. Got a vest. Okay, I'm slowly starting to get warm. We're going to add a little more fuel to try to get the fire hotter. I don't actually want it to burn super long, but... Yes, Astrid has a red nose. Okay, so... So here we can see the stats of the different clothing that we have. We can put on the vest and then wear the ski jacket over it. That'll help us out a little bit. So, in theory, I could use that hammer I found to break open the ice fishing hole so that we can go fishing. But we don't actually have any fishing hook and lines, so can't go fishing.
That smarts a bit.
There's no door on this. It's a no-door ice fishing hut. And I can't sleep here, because there's no bed, and I don't have a bedroll, actually. So we're just going to hang out here. We don't have that long till sunset. I can try to spend the night in that cabin that has a hole in the roof. You can choose between male and female. The canon name is Dr. Astrid Greenwood. And so, for starters, we're going with Astrid. If Astrid does not survive, then we'll pick a B name for our next survivor, and we'll just go down the alphabet. I'm sorry the blurps are not configured correctly. I was just going to leave them as was if they were working. I was going to let them work. If they're not working, I wasn't going to worry about it. It is getting windy, which is going to make traveling very difficult. I can try going up the river that way. There's a wolf over there. So, at this point, still have a sprained ankle. Still have a risk of frostbite. Still too cold. We're warming up, though. I don't want to stay in here until the hypothermia risk and frostbite risk go away. My health is also very low, so I might have to try to spend the night in that cabin. Don't have a lot of wood for that, but we'll just do what we can, I suppose. I think we will stay here. How much wood do I have? I've got a couple hours worth. We'll stay here till our fire goes out, and instead of taking a torch, we'll just use a match at the cabin and try to sleep there for maybe 2 hours. Feels like a really bad plan. That just feels like a way to die early in the morning instead of at midnight. I mean, in theory, I could continue to run around at night. It's just, harder to see, and it's colder, and things like that. So for this, I am playing the survival mode. There is a story mode, an episodic story mode, that actually gets you very familiar with a lot of the game's mechanics and the maps. Can't sneak up on the deer, unfortunately. That is not an effective way to kill a deer. So there's a story mode that has been coming out in episodes and is not finished yet. The mystery gets deeper. I find the storytelling there to be not as good as I would like, but I am starting to play through it. This is the survival mode, which I find much more engaging. Trying to figure out where you are and what you're going to do, and have continuously new problems to solve. And so the answer to my play here is no, there is no end goal. Our goal is to survive, if we can, 500 days. There's an achievement for that, so if we pull that off, we'll call that winning. But the fact is, eventually, no matter what you do...
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Eventually, no matter what you do, you will... I don't have a good way to open that. You will die. You will run out of resources. You'll run out of matches to start fires. You'll run out of fabric you can salvage, even if you traveled around a whole bunch. The survival rate in survival mode is 0. Because this is not an empowerment fantasy. This is a disempowerment fantasy. This is all about how, if push came to shove, Mother Nature will end you. So...
I could eat anything right now.
Well, as far as we know, the bodies were people who lived in the area or were, you know, ice fishermen or things like that. But there was a geomagnetic storm phenomenon. It's the same thing that brought down our plane, cut out the power to everything. Cars don't start anymore and things like that. And we don't know quite why that all happened. Alright. There's no sense in taking a torch because it'll just get blown out by the wind. And I don't have the supplies to survive the night in that other cabin. So I think we're just going to run down this river and get as lucky as we can. But this may be the end for Astrid. So let's give this a shot. But if I don't find proper structure and some more food to eat, we're just gonna die in our sleep, so...
My fingers feel numb.
Or we'll die to a wolf. That's possible too. So this is still day 1.
If I don't warm up soon.
I don't know how to tell you this, Astrid. Probably gonna die anyway. There's like 4 things trying to kill you right now. We're not gonna stop to pick these plants.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
That smarts a bit. It's a bit, but I'll make it.
So yeah, like I said at the start, this is the hardest difficulty. And I wanted to play on it because I found the earlier difficulties a little too easy once you get going.
Ow.
It's easy to just set up shop and stay safe. And this feels like I'm going to run into a lot more interesting, difficult decisions, so... He's just going to keep stalking me.
first aid soon.
There is a bear, too. We're trapped between a bear and a wolf. Bear didn't seem to notice us, so that's good. Breaking line of sight from the wolf is supposed to help. So hopefully going around this corner might buy us some time. That wolf is eating a rabbit?
Need water.
So I have some food and water on me, I just need a chance to eat. If I stop to eat right now, the wolf will kill me. I mean, if we die, I'll just start again. My health is now very low.
That smarts a bit. Never thought I'd be dying from starvation. It's a bit, but I'll make it.
Okay. We can get around this corner, we can light a torch, and maybe use that to scare the wolf away. I don't actually have any torches to light. We're gonna start a fire. If I had food that the wolf would be interested in, you can make decoys out of meat.
Come on, little fire.
This is your jump scare warning.
Lucky day.
We have successfully made a fire. Alright, eat something. Oh, we're gonna get too cold. Oh boy. We're gonna fall into the fire if we're not careful. I've technically stopped losing health with 1 hit point left. Fire can keep animals away. Oh boy. Well, here we go. That's why there's an achievement for surviving 1 day. We did not survive 1 day. But that is okay. We will save the journal for Astrid. Alright, so we need a bee name. Oh, female. Always female. The male voice actor is not as good. But you know, we lasted like 45 minutes in real time, so that's pretty good. See, if I had stayed in the ice hut, I was just going to freeze to death in the night. So I was trying to find something else. I know it wasn't a good chance that I'd find something else, but it was better than a 0 chance. So we had to do this. We had to do something. Because the ice hut would not have protected me from the cold. I believe 6 seconds is a minute, so however that works out. But you can pass time when you sleep, or you can just pass time if you need to. Braelynn. Okay, we'll go with Braelynn. So there's not a direct actual time to in-game time. Ooh, Braelynn or Belle. Those are good. Alright, one of those two. I need a third vote. Braelynn or Belle. Anarsti, I need you to pick one of these names. You're the only person left. Braelynn it is. Alright, so we're going to spawn in another random location on the map. That's fair, Anarsti. Alright. Here we go. Let's see where we are. Well, we definitely got the error making part down. We are in the burned part of the woods. I have seen this place before. There's a wolf already. Hey, we can run this time, so we're going to try to not break our ankles. It is very windy. Sounds like it's just the one wolf, so that's good.
I hate being cold, because I really do.
I don't know that we're going to find any structures. We're going to try to get up on this hill because the wind's coming from that direction, and that'll at least block that.
So cold to think.
It does only take one wolf to kill me. But, you know, when wolves howl, you can hear other wolves howl back. So you can use that as information of, like, where might be a safe direction to go. I'm going to grab this bark. So we can use that to start fires if we need to. And by if, I mean when we need to. just randomly placed. The map is actually fixed, so it is possible to learn all of the everything, so you know where you are. And that can help with survival on the harder difficulties, obviously, but I only know, like, 20–25% of the map. And this sounded like a lot of fun, so here we are. The map is very large. Since video games are always measured in Skyrim units, it is worth noting that this is larger than Skyrim as a map, so there is a lot to learn. And some areas they have different properties. There are some places... Is that a cave? There's some areas that end up with colder weather or have blizzards more often, and there's other areas that have more structures than others. Okay, this is fun. We can work our way down into this ravine, but I don't really know why. Get us down to the water at least. Ooh, don't fall down. I don't see going down there as being an advantage for me at the moment, but I don't really know where that goes, so I might be wrong. Stuff like that is why the map is not randomly generated, so that they can have things like little tree bridges, or there are little towns that'll have multiple buildings that can tell more environmental storytelling about what's happening. Ooh. Careful, that's how we sprained our ankles last time. But they'll tell more about what has happened to the area. I am not familiar with Pillar's Footrest. Do we not have gloves and no hat again? So our clothing that we start with is kind of randomized as well. And I apparently have 2 incidents of frostbite risk. I'd really like to find some clothes. Okay, we got a cave. Let's check this out. Going to another region. So I can either make a fire and some torches and try to walk through this cave, or I go back to Ash Canyon. I feel like going through here, like, I don't know where I would be going, and I would use up whatever resources I do have. But I'll keep this in mind. Maybe we'll get trapped here by wolves or something, and we'll need to go back that way. Don't see any cattails on this water. Grab these. These are medicinal lichens. They can be used along with bandages to protect against infection if we get bit. So we'll hold on to some of those. Hey, here we go. The soundtrack, by the way, is amazing in this game. It's super atmospheric. Plastic container, just in the middle of nowhere. And there's nothing in it. Don't litter, kids. Those are power lines. Or is that a bridge? It's a bridge. It's a very spooky looking bridge. I hear birds too. I don't have a way across there. Okay. Get up? Okay. Well, like, isn't this more exciting? I don't know where I'm going. I just need to go look for things. The matches will stay dry on my person. Thankfully, matches cannot get wet, which is very good. But I don't have any matches yet. I haven't found any, so... Okay. I'm just gonna keep moving. Okay. There's another cave over there. I want to see the condition of this bridge. I've never seen this bridge before. Even if not a road, it's just a path. And if not a town, a structure. That would be good. So, chat, would you? I see a climb over there, too. Okay, not so bad. So there's a frozen deer carcass. It's been completely ravaged by whatever attacked it. There's another one over there. I can't do anything with those because I don't have any tools at the moment. We're gonna try to not fall. Rope bridges are still cool. But doesn't mean you have to cross them. But they can still be cool. I mean, business hours are 9 to 5. If they're not up by 9, that's on them, you know? do have a weight limit, and I only need a handful of stones at a time, so we're just going to go with this. More birds. This one. You know, this seems really risky. We're gonna go back. Go down the path that looks really walkable. There's a lot of dead deer. Which, if I could get a knife or a hatchet, could get their carcasses, their skins. But
I need to find a place to rest.
there's another bridge up there. So an option I can have is I can build a fire next to a deer carcass to thaw it out, and if there is any meat left on it, once it is thawed, I can rip it out with my bare hands. Which takes a lot of energy, but it's an option. Once again, don't actually have a way to start a fire, so I think. Yeah, no way to start a fire. Come on. Alright, so here's a cool spot with some birch saplings, which you could cut down to make arrows with eventually. But once again, no tools. I really need to find a sign of civilization to have some tools or some matches or something. A campsite, cabin. An old hunter's blind. Take a jeep. Tempted to go up there. Another deer.
Oh, so cold.
I now have hypothermia. And I'm not going to be able to climb this because I'm going to get exhausted and I need to sleep. Or have some coffee. I'm now exhausted. I am at greater risk of just spraining my ankle. Whoa, hey, what's up? We got a broken bench. And a broken table.
I'd lay down right here if I thought I'd ever wake up again.
If I hop down, I'm going to sprain my ankles, but I can't sprint anyway. Okay, no sprain. That is a broken lantern. I can't pick it up. We're just gonna work our way down. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay. Running water, that's interesting. Oh, hey. Easy now. Starting to seem like should have gone through the cave. There's 2 wolves. And I am exhausted, so I cannot sprint. And I have no way to start a fire. If I throw a rock at this wolf without fire, it will just get angry and charge me. Which might just happen anyway. So, not looking good. Just gonna hope there's something up this river. Well, looks like we're heading towards a cliff. We are now cold and exhausted long enough that we are slowly dying. Not so slowly anymore. I need you to have some matches on you. Nope. Well, got plenty of wood, but no actual way to start a fire. No. I'll start thinking of sea names. I feel like there's a cave behind this waterfall, but we're not gonna make it. Unfortunate. Okay. You joke, Bingo Bard, but that is possible. They do damage if you hit them. Alright, I am going to run to the restroom. You all feel free to post some sea names and we'll pick one, not challenges, and try again. We're gonna get there. We're gonna survive one day. Had my mic up, couldn't even hear me. Hello, Night Owl. Welcome. Haven't missed much. Struggling to get enough supplies to get going. We'll see if we can get through one day. Oh, thank you. I recorded it myself. We'll go with Camilla. I like that. Oh. Okay. Another new random spot. We always spawn outside, and the weather is random, but this time we're going to spawn, and we're going to see cars. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to see cars on a road. It'll still kind of be in the middle of nowhere, but some cars will be good. Oh, I hear running water. There's the running water. There's a waterfall over there. Nice. Alright. Fresh start. No big deal. Don't fall off the log, thank you. We got a river. We're gonna see what these birds are about. See another climb over there. I need a way down to the water? You know, other than falling. Which I suppose is an option. I guess we're not going to see what those birds are about. So yes, you can find cabins and small villages and other structures, except little hunter blinds, things like that. I'll be honest, I'm impressed with myself that I have not been mauled by a bear. That's kind of what I'm expecting, because I'm going to be surprised by a bear that I didn't know was there.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
It is once again quite windy. Looks like there's nothing. We're gonna gather a bunch of these sticks, because we might not find other firewood. It's not like I'm carrying anything else right now.
It's a goddamn freezing.
Can also freeze to death, starve to death, die of thirst, could technically burn. last run was a cool place. We never found a way to start a fire, so I sort of feel like we didn't have much of a chance. It occurred to me with that cave, I would have just been running through blind because I didn't actually have a way to make torches. Yes, good point. Those are both also options. Alright, we got a little cave here. Here are wolves in the distance, but we're going to check out this cave, see what we got. Okay, no survivors in here, but Great Bear Mountain does have old coal mines, so we're going to gather some coal. If we get a fire started, we can use those to burn them hot and long, so... Not a troll cave. There are bear caves. If you find a cave with piles of bones in it, the game tells you that is a bear cave. And sleeping there might result in a bear just attacking you in your sleep. So watch out for that. Oh, that's a maple sapling. And that's a wolf. Crouch down, maybe he won't notice us. So that green tree there is a maple sapling. If I get a way to cut it down and dry it out, that's what you use to make a bow. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I said leave me alone. It's not leaving me alone. Stop coming this way. He doesn't even smell me yet. He's not growling or anything. He's just walking this way. No. So I'm just naming the save file, and I think giving each of the characters a different name in the letter of the alphabet is interesting because it keeps track of how many people I've gone through, basically. So, you know, if I survive my first day on Holly, right, like, that's how many people it took to get through. There's a bear. Okay. I just kind of want to keep going. Just, please. Alright, we're running. Okay, bear didn't notice us. And you're right, Night Owl, actually, a wolf howling, if there are other wolves in the area, they will... Dang it. Sprained my ankle. They'll howl back. So you can find out how many wolves are in an area from that. So sometimes you'll notice all the way on the far side from my face, there's a red angled indicator. That indicates you are on an incline, which bears a chance of spraining your ankle, just, you know, walking on inclines.
That smarts a bit.
And that's what just happened there. So, the story, Night Owl, is we were in a plane, and there was a geomagnetic storm, which sort of ripped the plane apart. And we have landed on Great Bear Island in the Canadian North. And no, you start with some clothing. That is random. And that is about it for starting supplies. So yes, there are 4 indicators below my face. The first one there is temperature. There's a dead deer. I've gone in a big loop. We're gonna follow this river. Temperature is the fastest way to die. When temperature hits 0, you start freezing to death and your health starts going down, which is the bar underneath those meters. Then there is exhaustion, is the eyeball. Then thirst, and then hunger. Those all go down slowly. And they'll go down at different rates depending on what I do. If I'm running around, I get exhausted faster and I'm burning more calories, so I'll get hungrier faster. When any of them reach 0, I start losing health at different rates depending on which one it is. Temperature is the worst. Temperature, you lose 20% of your health every in-game hour when that is at 0. Or hunger is 1% and thirst is 2%.
I need some first aid soon.
Yes. The game is very Canadian. I'm gonna actually save some time and not gather these, just to try to remember they're here, because I do need to find a way to start a fight. There's a cave through there. So going through that waterfall is an option, but I will get wet and cold.
Ow!
You just mind your business there, Wolf. He is not minding his business. He's coming right for us. Yeah, how's that? Huh? Do y'all see that smoke? I don't know what that is. It's not other people. There are no other people in the survival mode of the game.
That smarts a bit. So I did mention at the start, for people who are interested in this game, I do recommend it. I do recommend trying out the easier difficulty modes. And the easier difficulty modes, you can choose what region you start in. And there's a chance you'll even spawn inside, which is helpful. But on Interloper difficulty, it is just a random outside location, anywhere on the map. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm very curious. It's a bit, but I'll make it.
There's a bear again. sun is setting, so it's going to get very cold here very soon.
Ow!
And for those of you keeping score, still don't have a way to start a fire, so...
I'm gonna need some first aid soon. That smarts a bit. Ah! Ow!
There is not a way through or around up here. Okay.
Ah!
We're gonna keep hugging this cliff, see if we find a way around or maybe a rope to climb or something. Backing me up there? Yeah, we're gonna climb this tree. No, we're not. That doesn't go anywhere.
It's a bit, but I'll make it. Ow!
Hey, that's a bear. I didn't even notice. Oh, jump scare. So now I'm bleeding to death.
Oh no. That smarts a bit. I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
Yep, that's gonna do it. Alright, we're gonna do one more try here. We'll need a D-name. Alright. One last try. Let's see if we can get one day. That's what I want. I feel like the last two, I just didn't find supplies at all. Running around, didn't find anything. No clothing, no matches. Unfortunate. Oh, I like Delilah. Delilah's great. Alright. See, it could be instant death. I had enough health to survive the bear attack, which does a random amount of damage. But yes, you can find supplies or you could patch yourself up real quick and move on. There are a handful of emergency, like, stimulant adrenaline shots You know what? Maybe we'll find that same Steam thing in our next playthrough, Bingo Bard, because the map is not random; it's still there. But you can find emergency adrenaline shots to give yourself, which prevent you from dying for like a minute straight. And you can just infinite run. That would be ideal in a situation like that. Okay, one last try. We'll see where we get to on this stream. Okay. Oh god, we are starting at sunset. I need a place to go fast. There's a farm down there. Those are hay bales. I need to get down there now. Don't sprain your ankle. Thank you. I did not know we could start at night. There's that red indicator all the way on the other side I was talking about that says I'm on a steep incline. Just a thing to keep in mind. What is that? That's the plane. There's the plane I crashed out of. Give me some clothes.
Okay.
Come on.
Starting to feel numb.
That is good. Don't want to miss anything in the seats, too. The plane can be used for shelter. There isn't anywhere to sleep on the plane, but... Alright, let's take a look at what we got for clothes. Let's put some layers on. Put the parka on. Thank you. That is colder. Oh, hat. Still need gloves.
Wait.
Got a soda.
I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
Extra shirt. Mittens. Whoa, hello. Let's double up our shirt. You can sleep in chairs in cars. I don't, I didn't even look to see if I could have for the plane, because it is nighttime and I need actual shelter and fire starting, or I am just freezing to death. Wool socks are great. I said, I need to find a way down to that farm. That's actual shelter and more supplies. Is there anything in this cave? Yes. Granola bar. No tools. I could technically sleep here. If I do that right now, I'll freeze to death. Oh, our clothing is good enough that if we stay in this cave, we will warm up. Can't start a fire yet, but we can get a little warm. Alright, let's take inventory. Are we wearing our best clothing right now? That is a better vest. This is a sport vest. That is down. Windbreaker would protect us from rain, or from moisture more, for snow. That is that. I've got one stick, the clothing I'm wearing, some food that might make me sick. The soda's good, though. One empty can. Aside from it being at night, this is unironically the best start we've had.
This is so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
We're not at risk of frostbite. Oh boy. Try to keep an eye out for wolves. Some wood. There's a bridge over there, which means a road. A road means buildings. I want to use the health while I have it to try to find supplies. Structure. moon is beautiful. You're lucky the wind is at our back. This is a road. I do believe you always start with one recycled can. I might be wrong, but I believe you always start with one recycled can, so you have a vessel to melt snow in. But other than that, I don't think you start with any other supplies on this difficulty. There's a wolf. Out of this. See the open barn. Come on. I need me a house. The Three Strikes Farmstead. Looks like there's not a real inside to these, but... grab some stones. Use the fire barrel. Hello. So that was an instruction manual on how to take apart animal carcass. Here is an animal carcass. Still no matches, that's what I'm looking for here. I hear rabbits being killed by wolves. Okay. Still no way to start a fire. I feel like we're so close. Buddy, you got any matches? Nothing. Okay. is now so cold that deep in the cave won't keep me warm. We are in the middle of the night now. Maybe. She might. I am tempted to go down by those wolves because there were open hay bales. There might be a barn or something. I'm not sure. I was trying to go a long way around so that I wouldn't run into the wolves. But there's a barn. It's open. We are close to the hay bales. It goes the other way too. Let's see if we can check inside there for any supplies. I'm still looking for like a house. House with a proper inside and a fireplace would be great. Some tools we can use to make stuff later. Nothing in here. You know, I would waste a survival flare if I found one to start a fire. Alright, we're gonna walk down this road. There's totally a farmhouse somewhere nearby. This is an orchard. There's a deer. Okay, I see the wolf in the orchard, but I also see a barn all the way at the end. That might be a proper inside building. Oh yes. I know where we are. Because all the trees are perfectly lined up. That's how I know it's an orchard. Alright, we just gotta get inside without being mauled. Everyone, welcome to the Pleasant Valley Farmstead. And it is pitch black inside. But we have made it inside. That's where I'm going to stop the stream. But we have officially found a building. We are going to be okay. Did it save as soon as I walked in? I'm going to double check. I'm going to double check before I close it. Because it should have. Step outside. Step inside. Save. Okay. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. We'll stop here. And we will pick up there. No, it has to go 24 hours. Then it is surviving one day. So it won't actually tick over till sunset. But we have found a building. So that will have supplies, bed, more clothing. We'll start with that next week. Thank you all for joining me. You all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.